All right, ready to dive deep. Today, we're looking at language and reality, but through two, well, pretty different lenses. We've got Plato's Cratylus, and get this, the law of one.
Yeah, you don't see those two together every day.
Right, ancient Greek philosophy meets modern channeled wisdom, but both kind of say words have power, like beyond just naming stuff.
That's the thread we're pulling on. Cratylus lays out this debate. You've got Hermogenes, thinks names are just like conventions. We all agreed to call this a microphone, but it could have been anything, right?
Makes sense.
But then Socrates comes in. He's all about this fitness between a name and the thing itself, like a natural connection.
Not just random sounds we slapped on. You think there's more to it.
Exactly. And he brings up this example, the river scamander. The gods, though, they call it Xanthus. Socrates is like, does that name, the god's name, tell us something deeper about the river?
Ooh, okay, I see. Like, if the god's name has different meaning or power even, then our human names are only part of the story.
Right.
But where does the law of one come in? I mean, it's not exactly hanging out with the ancient Greeks, is it?
Nope. But it brings in this whole other dimension to how we think about language. It's all about vibration, the idea that everything is vibration, even words.
Hold up, words have like a frequency or something?
Kind of, yeah. Ra, the entity they're channeling, says certain sounds, Hebrew and Sanskrit vowels, they have power before time and space even. Like they represent the light configuration that made the universe way back when.
Right, color me intrigued. But if everything's vibrating, how do words have actual power here in our world? What can these ancient sounds actually do?
Now that is where things get really wild. Ra talks about mathematical vibratory complexes. So these sounds, they're resonating with like the fabric of reality. It's all connected to the logos, that creative principle, the one that used sound and light to make everything.
Whoa, okay. Are you saying those ancient languages with these specific vowels are like a blueprint for reality?
It definitely makes you rethink what language even is. And then the law of one adds another layer, the veil of forgetting.
Oh yeah, the veil of forgetting. Refresh my memory on that one.
Basically, it's like a cosmic amnesia, separates our conscious minds from our higher selves, and memories of, well, past experiences, maybe even a time before we needed words.
You're talking telepathy, right? Like we just beamed thoughts at each other?
Exactly. The law of one suggests that spoken language, the kind we're using now, it got more important after this veil came down. We needed new ways to talk about a reality that was kind of hidden from us.
That's a big shift, going from telepathy to needing all these words. Could that tie back into Cratylus, though? Like, did that veil, did it change how we relate to language? Did words become more symbolic, less connected to the real essence of things, like Socrates might say?
Now that's a connection. Cratylus says names have inherent truth. The law of one gives us a reason why that truth might be harder to see now. It's like we lost some of that direct connection to the essence when we lost telepathy.
So we've gone from names being random to them having deep meaning to maybe losing some of that connection. What a ride.
And that's just the start. The Laws one goes on to talk about healing and magic and how words have power there too. Ra describes these crystallized healers. They use focused light and will to heal others.
Crystallized healers, huh? What does that even look like?
Think of someone who's refined their energy so much that they can like channel healing light with pure intention. And the cool thing is, this links back to Cratylus and the importance of getting names right, especially in rituals and healing.
So using the wrong name could actually mess things up if names have that power.
That's what Socrates might say, yeah. Like misnaming something could block that focused energy. But Ra throws in a warning too. They're saying messing with these forces without being prepared, without balance, it can backfire, even disrupt the natural order.
So knowing the right words isn't enough. You got to use them right too.
Exactly. Even with something as powerful as language, ethics matter. Free will is huge here. We choose how to use words, and that choice comes with responsibility.
Right, big responsibility. So we've got power, responsibility, and a little sprinkle of magic all wrapped up in our words. Where do we even go from here?
Well, that's the exciting part. What if we could rediscover those sounds of power that Ra was talking about? What if those ancient languages, Hebrew and Sanskrit, what if they hold keys to unlock that primal energy, the energy that shaped the universe?
Whoa, okay. Tapping into creation itself through language. That's a deep dive I can get behind. But let's get practical for a second. I'm not exactly chanting in Sanskrit on my way to work. How does this apply to, regular life?
That's a great question and something we'll keep digging into. But for now, think about how words affect you. They make you feel different emotions, right? Certain words can trigger joy or anger or sadness.
Totally. There's a reason why sticks and stones doesn't always hold true. Words can leave a mark.
And what about affirmations? Using positive words to change your thoughts and actions. There's actual research showing how powerful that can be.
So even without chanting ancient stuff, We're already working with the power of words. It's like we're all word wizards, just waiting to level up.
Exactly. And if, like Ross says, thoughts create reality, then the words we use, even the ones we just think, they become even more important. They're actively shaping our experiences, both as individuals and as a whole species.
Okay, so it's not just about being careful not to hurt others with our words. It's about the fact that words actually build our reality.
Exactly. It's both a responsibility and a huge opportunity. I think that's one of the biggest takeaways from both Cratylus and the Law of One.
I think you're right. So what do you say we take a quick break and then dive even deeper into this rabbit hole of language and reality? I'm ready to see where these words of power take us next.
So we're really digging into this link between Cratylus and the Law of One, and they both seem to be saying, hey, maybe we need to think differently about language. Do you ever catch yourself, like, questioning the names we give things?
Honestly, never gave it much thought before. But after reading Cratylus, yeah, I'm way more aware of the words I use, how they make me feel, even. Like they've got an energy to them.
That's exactly it. We treat words like they're just tools, right? But what if they're way more powerful than we realize?
Like they're actually shaping reality, like the Law of One says. It's like we've stumbled onto this secret dimension of language, all about vibration and energy.
And that brings up a big question, doesn't it? How do we use that knowledge? How do we get better at, like, tuning in to the deeper meaning of words and what they can do?
It's almost like we need to learn how to speak all over again. Not just hearing the words, but feeling the vibrations underneath. Maybe even rediscovering those sounds of power Ra talked about, the ones that echo creation itself.
Exploring those ancient languages, Hebrew and Sanskrit, that could be a good place to start. What if those vowels really do hold a blueprint, like Ross suggested? Imagine what we could learn from studying them.
Okay, but let's get back to reality for a second. We've been talking about ancient sounds and like super healers. What does all this vibration stuff mean for everyday life?
Well, think about it. Different words can make you feel different things. Have you noticed how certain words can trigger joy, or anger, or sadness? Or how one kind word can totally change your mood?
Oh, absolutely. I know there are words that make me feel calm or energized even. And think about affirmations, using positive words to change your mindset and actions. There's a reason why that's so popular, right?
Exactly. And that saying, sticks and stones, it's not always true, is it? Words have a huge impact, even on our beliefs and who we think we are.
So it's not just the words themselves, it's the energy behind them, both the stuff we're aware of and the stuff we're not.
You got it. And if we take the law of one seriously, it means every time we speak or write, we're making a choice about what kind of energy we're putting out there.
So are we building up harmony and connection, or are we adding to the negativity and division?
That's a powerful way to think about it. And if we really believe that thoughts create reality, then language becomes this amazing tool for co-creation. We can literally use it to align ourselves with love and light and help consciousness evolve.
It's like every word is a prayer, sending out vibrations that shape the universe around us.
What a beautiful thought. Maybe we should all approach language with a little more reverence, knowing it has the power to heal, inspire, and create a better world.
Okay, time to get into some of the really out there stuff from the Law of One. We're talking about, like, the nature of reality itself. Consciousness evolving, free will versus destiny.
It's about to get deep.
Oh, I'm ready. So the Law of One talks about these densities of consciousness. Sounds kind of like levels of reality or dimensions almost. What's that all about?
Yeah, think of it as a spectrum. Each density is like a different level of awareness, how far along you are spiritually. Us humans, right now, we're hanging out in third density. It's all about becoming self-aware, figuring out who you are as an individual.
Gotcha. So what's after third density? Where are we headed on this whole evolutionary journey?
Fourth density, according to the Law of One, that's all about love and understanding, compassion, cooperation, those are the big things there. And then you've got fifth density, which is light and wisdom.
Wisdom, sign me up. But how do we actually get there? Is it like you level up after enough good deeds or something?
Not quite. Evolution isn't just automatic. You got to choose it, Learn from your experiences, raise your vibration to match those higher densities, and that's where the harvest comes in.
Harvest. Wait, are we talking spaceships beaming us up?
Haha, no, not quite that dramatic. Think of it as graduation. As you grow spiritually, your vibration changes. You naturally move towards the density that fits you.
So what decides whether we, like, graduate to fourth density or not, I guess?
It comes down to your choices, the energy you put out there. The Law of One is big on service to others. That's a key path to evolving. Choosing love over fear, compassion over selfishness, unity over separation.
So more than just being a good person, it's about Understanding we're all connected and acting from that place of love.
Exactly. We're all part of this big cosmic web. Every choice ripples outwards.
Okay, that's pretty intense. What about free will, though? Do we have any say in this, or is it all predetermined?
That's where it gets really mind-bending. The law of one says we've got tons of free will, even with a cosmic plan in place. We're always choosing, shaping our own paths, and influencing where humanity goes as a whole.
But if there's a plan, isn't that kind of like destiny already decided? I'm getting a little lost here.
Think of it like an ocean, right? Endless currents, endless possibilities. We're each sailing our own boat, free to go wherever. But there are these bigger currents, tides even, that affect everyone. Those are like the cosmic plan, the overall flow.
So we steer our own ship, but the ocean itself has its own rules. A dance between free will and destiny, maybe.
Exactly. And in that dance, there's room for growth, for transformation. The law of one says challenges, they're not punishments. They're like opportunities to learn, to refine your vibration, and move closer to the light.
All right, let's pause for a second. Bring it back to language. How does free will fit into how we use words?
Every time you speak, every word you write, you're choosing what energy to put out there. Are you using words to build bridges, create understanding, or are you adding to the negativity and division?
So it's not just what we say, it's the intention behind it, the effect it has on others.
Exactly. And if the law of one is right, language becomes this incredible tool. We can actually co-create with the universe using words to align with love and light.
Wow. Like every word becomes a prayer, almost a vibration that goes out and shapes reality.
That's a beautiful way to think about it. If we approached language with that kind of respect, knowing its power, imagine the healing, the inspiration we could unleash. Imagine the world we could create.
This has been mind-blowing. We've gone from ancient Greece to channeled wisdom to the nature of reality itself, all starting with language. What a journey.
And it's just the beginning, really. So many paths to explore, so many mysteries to uncover.
So where do we go from here? What's the next step on this whole journey of discovery?
That's entirely up to you. Keep digging into Cratylus, the law of one, maybe find some other sources of wisdom that speak to you, or just pay attention to the world, listen to that inner voice.
And put it all into practice, right? Use our words, use our actions to build that more loving, compassionate world.
That's what it's all about. It's not just about knowing stuff, it's about living it, expressing love, serving others, embodying that wisdom.
Well said. All right, fellow deep divers, we've come to the end of this journey. But the exploration never really stops, does it? Keep asking those big questions, seeking answers, diving deep into life's mysteries.
And never underestimate the power of language. It can light the way. Until next time, keep seeking, keep exploring, and keep diving deep.